Testing, testing. And my squeaky chair. Hi, Tails. Hello. Getting started on the stream. Would you look at that? I haven't touched this picture at all since last week. I hope the audio's going and not too loud, not too soft. And we're double streaming again. What's it called? Cross-platform streaming again on both Twitch and YouTube. So anyone who's joining us on either of those two platforms, welcome, welcome. And I fixed the on-screen chat thing. It should be good to go. Yep. So the chat should be coming up on both sides. Also, I have a new assistant today. Karen will be reading me the chat. Hello, Leonard. I am not what? But yeah, Restreamo or whatever it's called, Restream.io. It gives me this bot that will read. Technically, it's not a bot. It's like under the accessibilities, but it reads the chat to me. Which, on the one hand, it should be cool because then I can't, you know, I don't have to look at the actual chat. If someone types something, I can, you know, hear what they're saying. And but on the other hand, it doesn't wait for me to talk. Because, you know, it doesn't know that. So, we'll see how it goes. It might be too distracting, but as it is now, I think it will be pretty fun. Hi, Mouse! And hello, Leonard. So yeah, if I'm talking and I suddenly stop talking, it's probably because, Karen, the chat bot, is reading to me. We'll see how it goes. But we're back in Clip, and yeah, I haven't touched this image since the last time we were streaming. Hello, Foxy! Welcome to the chat! The first thing I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna fix my, my scroll settings. So right now I have a trackpad and 2-finger scrolling on Macs. Usually I'm used to it being, you know, scrolling around the screen, but by default in Clip it sets it to zoom. So I'm going to go into my modifier key settings, and on the top, let's see, I need to click. Oh, good. Yeah, get your homework done, Tails. How are you doing with that, like, double, what's it called? The double, you've been double timing on your pages, right? Is it hard to keep up with that kind of output? What is this? I'm following a little guide on my other screen. It's telling me to go to common settings, mouse, maybe? Ooh, that's not right. Let me scroll down to mouse wheel. Instead of settings for each process tool, look on the menu for mouse wheel. Yeesh. Well, since you got 2 done last week, or like almost 2 done last week, you have a head start at least on this week's post, so that's good. That's right, it's April, so a lot of colleges are coming up on finals week. I hope y'all are taking care. Oof. I'm rather tired too myself. I don't know what it was with today, but all day I've been like, yeah. Only need to be shaded and worded. Nice. Oh, I'll still kind of, I should probably still kind of read some of the, Since I'm hearing it in my head, I forget that you guys can't hear it. Mouse wheel. Zoom in and out. Let's change this. Instead of zoom in and out, I want it to scroll. Can I do both of these? No? Zoom out, scale up, scale down, rotate, scroll vertically, scroll. Oh no, I can't do both? Oh, that sucks. That's not good. Why can't I do both? Oh, because it's a mouse wheel. Mouse wheel, scroll vertically. I'll just leave it on that. Maybe that'll let me do both. Okay. So I can scroll up and down. Oh, I can scroll back and forth. Okay, thank goodness. Woo! That's good. Okay, this is good. I'm happy. We're one step closer to success. Now, I don't like how, like, sensitive it is. It just, like, kind of zooms around. But until it bothers me, I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah. Well, maybe if I go to trackpad, maybe I can do scroll and zoom. Can I change the track speed? I don't want it to be too low though. You know? That's a little better, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, my back has been hurting all day. I don't even know why. Yep. Whoa, wait, really? Oh, interesting. I tried to turn that on earlier and it wasn't working, but let me see. I don't think it's cross-posting to YouTube though. Like, Twitch comments are not going over to YouTube, but it seems like YouTube is going over to Twitch. I'm glad it's not, you know, I'm glad it's not reading it twice. Hello Chico, welcome to the stream. Again, did the glitch go away? Which glitch are we talking about? You're talking about the drawing one. I don't think it's causing an issue today. But yes, Tails, what is your career? Yeah, what do we call it? I think in art it's called concentration, but the full thing is the degree. So, yeah, it's... yeah. So, for those of you who weren't here earlier, the reason I'm giggling and stuff but still drawing, I have an accessibility thing turned on. Her name is Karen, and she's reading she's a robot that reads the chat to me. Actually, she comes in different voices. I think the first one on the list was Diego, but he has a bit of a weird accent that's hard to understand. Karen just is a little hard to understand because she's a robot. But, of course, she doesn't wait for me to talk. So if I'm talking and I suddenly go quiet, it's because she's reading me the chat. But it's pretty fun. And I like that I can participate in the chat without completely stopping the draw. But that also means I might forget to read the chat. But in any case, Minda. Hi, Minda! Hello, Minda. She's so funny. Like, she's saying LLLLLL. It's really fast. And then, Minna, when you said long time no see, Tails, with a grinny, she's like grin face with clenched teeth. She like describes the emoji that you use. pretty fun. LOL. You guys are having fun with Karen. I wonder if I should, like, try and figure out how to make her, audible to you guys, too, because it's pretty funny, but, I feel like it would be pretty distracting. In any case, the problem with a Mac is, I cannot... Smiling pile of poop! I cannot get, the desktop audio to stream and also let me hear it as well. So, like, I think it was on a Saturday last week, I did a test stream where I played some Smash Brothers. Not Smash Brothers, what am I saying? Super Mario Brothers. And I got the stream to be able to hear sound from the game, but then I couldn't hear the sound. Sad. Because I like the music from Smash. I keep calling it Smash. Super Mario. So I haven't figured that out yet. Are you using OBS? Yes, I am using OBS to stream. And I am using, what is this called? iShowU. I'm using this iShowU audio capture. Ooh, let me use my... Oops. Aw, man. My accessibility thing keeps going away. So if I go to accessibility, I need to remember to reset this every time. My zoom. Options. Adjust location. Grab that. Move this over here. There we go. Cabernet-like music. Thank you so much. I like this music too. This is actually some of the what's it called? Royalty-free music that YouTube provides. I made a playlist, 3-hour-long playlist of royalty-free music because YouTube hates video game music. But yeah, this iShowU audio capture for output. I have to set it to that, and then I go to input, and I also set it to that, but because the output is set to iShowU, it doesn't let me output it through the headphones. So I can't listen to the audio myself, which kind of sucks. Do you have these options? What is this? I do have those options, and even when I turn monitor on, it still doesn't let me hear it. Yeah, I thought that was the workaround too, but as it turns out... Yeah, it's pretty weird. I am enjoying Clip a little more though. Oh, so for everyone who was here last time, you might remember me screaming my head off about a little conundrum I was having. It's not really a thing that's Clip's fault. It's just the way I'm used to my shortcuts. I have... Here, let me pull it up again, so you can see what I'm talking about, why I talk about it. Well, you know, internally. So, on my rocker ring for my tablet, right, I have the brush set to the top clicky, and the eraser set to the, what is this, the right clicky. So when I'm doing line art, I'm constantly flipping back and forth between the two. But in Clip, the pencil tool was mapped to B, and the pen tool was also mapped to B, and it kept flipping between them. And then also, instead of using the eraser, I wanted to use this draw with transparency, which basically acts like an eraser, but it uses whatever brush you have selected, which was really cool. But it it didn't work the way that I'm used to it working. You know what I mean? So I figured a workaround. Chico actually helped me out a little after the stream. Just kind of like showing me some clip stuff. And apparently you can dock all of these tools. Every tool here can be docked within each other, which is extremely cool. So I threw the pencil into the pen tool. So now it's one of these. And if I select a pencil and go to the eraser and then go back to brush, it has the pencil selected because it counts it as one of the brushes now, which is what I want. And then instead of using this thing, instead of being lazy, Clip Paint Studio is pretty cool. Instead of using that, I decided to not be lazy, and I took the Real G pen, and I made it into an eraser. So I just kind of, ported it over. So now I can use my my shortcuts the way I'm used to them being used. And yeah. So there's that. This week has been interesting, you guys. I've wasted an entire week last. Hello, Julian. Zarko. I'm just playing around with Clip today. I'm drawing. Just me talking about shortcuts. I'm drawing my Nuzlocke characters, Jet, Fire Dog, Lil Dog, and Sir Francis over here, crossovered with Sora, Donald, and Goofy from Kingdom Hearts as a Patreon request, and also as an excuse for me to play around with Clip Studio, which I just bought. So I'm used to working with Photoshop. Photoshop is like my bread and butter, but as much as I love Photoshop, I hate Adobe. Like, I do not want to do that monthly subscription thing for what I already own. Back in, I want to say it was like 2010, 2011-ish, I purchased Photoshop. Yeah, that subscription stuff. Whoa, where am I? Yeah, I have Adobe Photoshop CS 5.1. It came on a little disc. It was like $300, and I only had to pay for it once, and it's mine. I own it. Let me use it. But because my new computer, this is a new computer that I just bought like the first week of this month, and it's an Apple computer. It comes already on the latest OS. I think it's called Mojave or something. It's not compatible with Photoshop anymore because like Photoshop is too out of date. So some things are a little bit weird, let's just say. Right now the main issue that I'm having is the brush. When I draw like this, instead of doing a smooth line, it'll go like this. And I'm not sure why it's doing that. And so in desperation, I decided to unplug my tablet from my new computer and just plugged in my old laptop. I worked from there this whole week, which is kind of sad because I have this huge new computer right in front of me and I'm like working off my laptop. But I got all my line art done this week for the next episode. It's all good. I'm on schedule. A little bit burnt out, but that's okay because I'm probably gonna be doing other projects this week. And all I really need to do now for the next episode is color, shading, and backgrounds, which I think I will try to do in Clip or Photoshop on my new computer. I think now that the line art is done with, I should be fine. But yeah. So Midna says, I recently found out Clip can do animations and whatnot. And yeah, I think Chico did mention that. I haven't played around with the animation stuff. Animation takes a while, so I haven't really given it a shot. But at the end of each of my streams, I do a little bit of a Pokemon challenge, where I roll a dice and it gives me a challenge to do for drawing a Pokemon. And that's just like a sort of quick wind down thing. And one of the challenges is to animate. So if I do end up getting that one of these days, I might not pull up Flash and try it on Clip first, just to play around with it and see what's going on. Oh, Julian, thank you for the follow so much. Thank you so much for the follow. It's good to have you on board. Yeah, I stream every Monday at 9 p.m. EST, and it's Tails is saying that the follow animation is so cute. Thank you. Mostly I do Pokemon stuff, but some days when I'm falling behind on projects, I will pop them up. Oh man. Well, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Honestly, it's slow going. I do, but animation commissions are really expensive. But I do in fact do animation commissions. I have been commissioned by the Save Lucy campaign. They are a non-for-profit. Am I plugged in? Hold on. Oh, am I plugged in? I'm on a desktop. Okay, never mind. I was experiencing a little lag, and my instinct is, oh, my laptop is running out of battery. So I was trying to make sure that I was plugged into the power source, but then I realized I'm on a desktop, and I'm always plugged in. For the rat animation, that's an interesting one. So I have a bit of a thing on my other computer which calculates it. So I can share it with the Patreon Discord later if you want. Tails, that mood, yeah. Just like it's like looking for your Control S key when you're drawing traditional. It's like this sort of feeling that you need to be doing something, but it's not important. Oh man. But yeah, sorry, I don't actually have like an off the cuff like sort of answer for you. I'd say something like the rat animation I would probably do for $60 to $100. Just for something a little longer than that, I think I've done. The rat animation is really short, so I might like undercut it a little bit, but it's that's off the top of my head. Actually, you know, I've never actually been like paid for anything that short. I'm trying to think of like examples. So I don't know if anyone remembers the Save Lucy campaign animation commissions, but those were, I think, half a minute to a minute long animated shorts with like sound effects and all that. And those were, I think for the whole job I got 5,000 for 3 animations of that length. So if that gives you an idea, that's the big stuff. And then for someone who was doing a YouTube channel intro, they wanted something pretty short, like half a minute or less. And I got 60, I think, for that one. And it was like 60 or 80. It was definitely longer than the rat animation. The rat animation is just a walk cycle, which is maybe the easiest thing to pull off. Takes maybe an hour or two, if I'm lucky. Hers was a little bit longer. It was like a cat or something jumping through hoops and stuff and transforming. But yeah, so it's hard to say. Oh gosh. Here's an interesting question. If you could have a conversation with a historical character, who would you talk with and why? Well, Easter's coming up. I guess I'll talk to Jesus. I bet he's a cool guy to talk to. In terms of like recent history, I don't know. He's rad. Super chill, but he's ready to throw down. Like that one time he like walks into the temple and everyone's just like selling merch and he's like, dude, what? And he just like flips all the tables. Bring a bottle of water. I don't drink though. I neither drink water nor will I drink wine if he were to transform it. Now you're religious, but dang, he seems like he'd be cool to talk to. Yeah. I think... Yep. Jesus flipping a table is canon. Oh, man. Not gonna lie. Golly. I don't know what's going on with her fingers. I've never really taken a selfie, so it's hard to kind of think of how... Maybe I should grab a phone and just sort of... kind of hold it a little lower than what she's doing. You can't just ask someone why they're white. Man, I don't know. I don't really like to talk with famous people, you know, even living famous people. I get nervous. And it's like, yeah, they're just people. They you know, just like us and whatever. Not gonna. You're so funny. Does anyone in the chat have anyone in the chat have an answer for this question? historical figure. Trying to think of ones that I might be interested in meeting. So now, would you choose someone? Would you choose someone that you have like really pressing questions for? Like one of those, did you really mean for this? Or, you know, like, what is this supposed to be? Sort of creators, perhaps. Like, if you want to ask Walt Disney if, you know, he really meant this when he put that in his movie or whatever the case may be. Or would you pick someone who's like really fun to talk to, like who share your interests and just, you know, shoot the breeze, kind of spend some time, have some tea, just small talk it. Like, would you want to ask big questions, or do you just want to hang out? So let's see. Midna says, I think it'd be cool to talk to Iwata. Help me with the names here, guys. What did they do? I recognize the name Iwata. Did he make like either a game or a manga? See, I wouldn't pick like a manga or an anime creator, or even someone who created like Pokemon or something, because they speak Japanese and I don't. I wouldn't be able to talk to them, you know? San Martin. Oh, okay, that's where I've heard it from. See, I knew it was like either a game something or maybe oh no. I think I remember when that happened. Rest in peace. I bet, what's his name? Robin Williams is a real fun dude. Probably be cool to hang out with him. Hello, Ink-Betweens! Iwata was such a hero. Yeah, I am definitely a Nintendo kid. The only the only game systems I own are all Nintendo. So these people who basically, defining our childhoods, making these great moments, connecting us, you know, like, I know Game Freak isn't really Nintendo IP, but, I mean, Pokemon isn't really Nintendo IP, it's more like Game Freak, but if not for Nintendo, right? And, I don't really know who, San Martin is. Chico. He sounds like a writer. Oh, helped found your country. Wow. Oh man, that's a big name historical guy. Leonard says, I'd probably pick someone I'd like to say thanks to for something. That's a really cool sentiment. Yeah, instead of like just being like, oh man, who do I want to meet? Who do I want to talk to? It's like someone who did something that's really changed your life or had an impact, and just to say thanks. I bet it would mean a lot to them too. Because like I said, we're all humans, we're all people, and we all like to think that what we do matters. And sometimes people don't realize how much impact that they've had before they leave this world. So... Amelia Earhart to ask what happened. But if you were to meet her, wouldn't that mean it was like before she went on the trip and disappeared? In which case, would she even know? Or would it be like after death sort of summon their spirits? And if you're wondering why I'm reading instead of just drawing, it's because I wanted to talk and Karen kept talking in my ear, so I turned her off for a sec. But let me just catch up real quick. Tail says, not only giving us great games, but practicing solid business practices like taking care of his employees and taking a pay cut instead of firing people from the company. That's really nice, yeah. Nintendo today is a little... about how they treat their customers, but they seem to still be really cool in terms of how they treat their people, and they may just be like not doing the right things because they don't know any better rather than like malicious intent. On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer, but in my heart, I am a gamer. Iwata. What a legend. Satoru Iwata actually programmed and debugged the first Pokemon games. Thank you for my life. Let us all grow up to be like Iwata. I'm gonna miss Reggie. Oh, Midna. My body isn't ready for Bowser. Oh my goodness. Can't believe he found someone named Bowser to take over. Okay, so Julian says, I think I'd meet one of those historical characters whose speeches was able to transform crowds into militias. Someone like Benito Mussolini. I'd like to challenge myself to see how far would he be able to reach with his speeches and see if he'd be able to convince me to join his side. Oh, that's really interesting. Kind of like to test your own mettle, like, because, yeah, like, these people were able to convince multitudes that they were right. It wasn't like, oh, who would ever believe that, or like, how could anyone... That's a really interesting take on it. Mouse says, my sister thinks she got kidnapped by the Japanese. She thinks? What? If it's beforehand, I tell her or MLK Jr. to warn them, don't do it, bro. Don't do it! Leonard says it would mean a lot to them. I can picture them chilling in heaven with a margarita and suddenly being sucked into the Soleil McDonald's. Okay, I'm imagining if someone were to tell them before they died. Okay. He programmed all of Kanto into silver, like, on his own. Wow. The most interesting part, he wasn't even working for either Nintendo or GameCube. He was at HAL at the time. I do remember the logo for HAL Laboratory. A little, like, wiener dog. Mouse says, wow, he must have been a terrible programmer. Wait, what? What? Torn with Nintendo, because honestly, if I don't have to deal with microtransaction gambling BS in my games, I'm pretty good. But Nintendo's doing microtransactions with, like, their mobile, and, like, Pokemon Quest is a mobile game, but it's on the Switch with the microtransactions. On the contrary, the game was unplayable until you showed up. In fairness, Mouse, those games wouldn't crash for nothing. The most interesting part. Okay. I mean, and like stuff like the online servers so that you can play online, that's basically a microtransaction. because it's like, what else are you paying for? They're not keeping servers up to date. Yeah, I guess if it's free, but on the other hand, I'd rather pay for a game and own it than have to deal with a free game that, you know, constantly asks me to pay microtransactions. Nintendo is currently doing alright with microtransactions, servers, maintenance, and security. Are they doing anything with the online stuff, though? Because the main thing... Yeah. I do prefer to have paid DLC over, like, free. Because what it seems like Nintendo's been doing lately is they'll release quote-unquote incomplete games, let's be honest. And then just release free DLC later. And it's like, no, this isn't free DLC. This is an IOU that I've paid for. Like, I've paid $60 for a game that didn't have $60 worth of content, and you're just waiting to see if it's good before you... Oh, shoot, what happened? I think... Did the restream chat crash? Suddenly the chat disappeared. Hold on, guys. Come back now. Where are ya? I don't know where the chat went. I might have to quit and start over, restart. Are we still on? Are we still streaming? Da, 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 da. Have we crashed? Alright, I'll just keep going then. Y'all can still hear me, right? Alright. For some reason, the restream chat just crashed, so I don't know. Splatoon felt incomplete, but they were very upfront that the game was 15% complete and they were going to add new things every month or so. That's fair if they're, like, open about it, but a game like, okay, yay. Okay, see you in a bit, Leonard. A game like Mario Party. That new Mario Party on the Switch, that was definitely not a complete game. They didn't make any promises on whether or not they're going to make more. And honestly, they probably won't make more DLC unless it was like, it sold well. It's like they're testing the water, just releasing the game before it's done, just to see if it's worth working more on. And it's like, come on, man. Smash was a complete game. When I bought it, it had enough content for what it was worth, and I will pay for the extra DLC. Because you've, like, put extra work into it, you know? That's how it works. Yeah, I didn't like that. The Labo stuff is pretty dumb. There's like no replayability to Labo apparently. I haven't played it or anything, but I follow this YouTuber who is really big on Nintendo stuff. He was really excited for Labo when it was first announced, but after getting both the first Labos, he's like, this is a piece of junk. Breath of the Wild was really that was good. That was a good game. I wish they would put out some more good games like that instead of just constantly porting old games and like giving us incomplete new ones. Let's give Lil Dog a little tail. Don't know where it's gonna end up, but we were talking in one of the servers on Discord about consistency, and it's like, how long are the animals' tails supposed to be? Inconsistency! For me, it's like, however long it needs to be so that it's not in the way of anything else. Wherever I can stick it so that it doesn't look bad. That's my philosophy on tails. Can I forgive the porting only because so few people got the Wii U and didn't get to play those games. And I actually am one of those people. Yeah, I like that they are. Let's draw Sir Francis in the background. I like that they're porting over all these games that I now get to try, especially since you know, I didn't have the Wii U. But they're only porting them over because there's no backwards compatibility, which all other Nintendo systems have. Every single other Nintendo system was backwards compatible. So I bought Yoshi's Woolly World for the Wii U, hoping that the Switch will also let me play it. It didn't, and now I have to buy it again if I want to play it on the Switch. Though, to be fair, though, the Yoshi's Woolly World that's coming out... Is it Woolly World or is it a different Yoshi? Either way, the Yoshi game that's coming out on the Switch is not a port. It is a new game with new content and all that. So I'm fine with, like, you know, paying for that. But I just feel bad for people who played, you know, like, bought the games. And now they have to buy it again if they want it on the Switch. I mean, it's not like anyone's taking away their Wii U, so I guess they could always just pull that out and play it. But as someone who has games that I love on the GameCube, I can tell you it's not always easy to pull out an old system that you've put away. It's a lot of wires to contend with. I'm glad they waited till the release of the Switch. It was really good on the Switch. I don't know how I ever got around playing Zelda without, like, gyroscoping. I mean, once you use it, it's like, never go back. Which game? Hey, what's it called? I emulated Smash. I keep calling it Smash. I emulated Super Mario Brothers 3 because I own it. If I own something, I don't feel bad about getting the emulator. Oh, really? All the games you don't want to have to set up old game systems for. Oh man, to have an entire game library. To have a controller that works on the computer. I'm always on the fence. I'm always like this close to clicking buy on those USB GameCube controllers on Amazon. And I'm just a little bit scared that they're not gonna work. That either they're not gonna work or that I just don't use them, because I actually don't play games very often. Oh gosh. No. It's not like it's too expensive. I can afford it. I can also use that money for other stuff, and you know, what if it doesn't work? I would feel so bad. I was going to buy what's it called? I was gonna get a Hat in Time for for Steam, on Steam, and that was gonna be the reason I get one of those controllers, the USB controllers. But yeah, but I'm not used to the PS4 controller. Maybe the company that you got that one from, makes a GameCube version. What was I saying? I got distracted by Sir Francis's swirlies, which are slightly... It's a control... What do you mean? Like the actual PS4 controller that PS4 makes? It's just made by Sony. Wow. Nintendo's not cool like that. Their controllers that they make with the USB, I heard doesn't work very well on a Mac. But yeah, Hat in Time I would have to get a controller for. But apparently it's coming to Switch. Hat in Time on Switch. I'd rather just play it on an actual console, honestly. Like, so I'm holding out for that. I wish there was a cheaper way to emulate from a Switch. I mean, not emulate, but like stream from a Switch. It's like $500 for the cheapest capture card thing. There's my little boy. I wonder if I can add someone on his shoulder here. Who else do I have? Good night, Julian. Thank you for hanging out with us for however long we've been going. I haven't been keeping track of time. An hour. Yay! It's good to have you along. And you can read my Nuzlocke, JustLikeNuzlocke.com. It's good stuff, but it's not going anywhere, so take your time on that. I hope you enjoy it if you do, and have a good night. Plug it into a PC and bam, that sounds so great. And Tails, apparently the Joy-Cons are supposed to be able to just use Bluetooth and connect as well. Oh really? I need to do more research then, because I don't know where I got that number from. I feel like I remember it was like really expensive. But yeah, the Joy-Cons are supposed to connect, but it doesn't. Okay, I think Goofy and Donald have some zippers on their hats, and I need to look this up. Goofy Kingdom Hearts. Oh, Goofy doesn't have any zippers. Not on his hat. What does he have? Let me take a look at this. Let's see. So there's a little... Oh, there's some pockets on his shirt. So let's put those in. Let's detail these boys. Goofy can definitely put some blackberries in these pockets here, because he's such a dad. Something like this. Oh yeah, I bet. But I don't know what I'm looking for when I search up emulators, so I must have bulked at one of the more pricey ones, and it ingrained itself into my memory as how much it would cost. And goggles, zippers. What's yours called, Tails? I'd like to know, because your extreme quality looks really good. And it works for, like, Nintendo systems, too? Because I think you've played Splatoon once with it. Was it with that you used for Splatoon? But as it is, I don't really have much planned for game streaming. I'd like to get through... Oh, Sonic Forces is on your Switch? I forgot. I think I actually knew that at one point, because I think you mentioned, like, some differences. But, yeah, no, I'll look into the one that you have, then. But like I said, it's like... I wanna play it too, and I think I would probably get it on Switch. Okay, so right now I think oh wait, sorry. No, I'm not done yet. Thank you, Tails. I need to look up Donald. I think Donald had some more zippers that I'm not including. Yes, indeed. So, what is this supposed to be? This is, a zipper here. Hopefully next month I will have some time to play, Genocide run of, Undertale. Because that's next on my list. It's been waiting for me to complete for a long time. Not even complete, like start. My friend keeps telling me that there are story things that I'm missing big time for not doing Genocide. And she keeps wanting to show me videos that she's like, oh no, I can't show you this because it's spoilers. So I'm like, okay. So I have incentive to play that first. But I won't stream that one because I hear it's really long. So I'm probably just gonna record it and like I can share it on YouTube for anyone who's interested in my reactions. Ah, this thing right here is zipper. After that, though, things that I can play on stream, I got Mario to run, so probably we'll be doing that. Mario Brothers. I will probably be doing Ace Attorney at some point, because that one's just a lot of reading, honestly, guys. It's just like, it's story time. Let me read a story to you. Let me pull up this novel and just like read through all the text. I don't know what's going on back here because that's supposed to be Sora, I suddenly realized. And Midna says I somehow lost my Joy-Cons. Oh no! All both of them? Hello, Leonard. Welcome back. I'm sorry, Midna. That's so sad. Rest in peace, Midna's Joy-Cons. Yay! I like Tepig. I even like, what's it called? Pignite? The middle form? And I wasn't too into Embor until I drew it, but I'm liking it more and more. Sir Francis is a good boy. Oh wait, he's not. He's like, ooh, what are they doing over there? Ooh. Okay, well, I think that's the line art done. I'm going to, oh no! Every time I think the line art's done, I notice something about one of these Kingdom Hearts characters. Let's look up Sora. Kingdom Hearts. And, in the first game, he's got this red jumpsuit, but he's got a couple of things going on as well. I think there's a zipper here. I should make a coffee and make a capture card your coffee goal. Huh. I don't know about coffee goals. I'm a little concerned about coffee because the one person I have dropped cash for on coffee did a thing where she like sketched a little doodle for everyone who like supports her, and I don't know if I can keep that up. It seems like a lot. But yeah, if there are coffee goals, that sounds like a good one. Like, hey, if you wanna see me. But then I feel bad, you know? It's like, thanks for the money, I'm not doing anything in return. Yeah, I guess I've just been, I'm always bad about, like, accepting money, I suppose. It's hard. But I guess if I make a goal, then that could make sense. Because then it's not so much like, oh, you're just throwing money at me on a whim. I have to learn. Can't make everyone happy. That's right. That's true. Oh no, I totally get it. And like when I tipped, it was totally like I was like, oh, you don't have to draw me anything for every. I gave her like 3 coffees, and I only asked for one thing, so it was like, you know, it's okay. I understand that like side of things, but also I have a gremlin brain that, like, you know, my monkey brain tells me things that are hard to get over. Kind of like, stop noodling and just get the drawing done. Sorry guys, I keep noodling, but I want to try this new feature that I figured out last time. And I think I don't remember if I mentioned it in the stream last week, but it is something that I knew about before getting Clip, and one of the things I was most excited about with Clip, it's this function, and let me show you. Oh, let me turn on this. Ah, it's in the wrong place. Goodness, okay. It's under the paint bucket, and it's this refer other layers tool. This one right here. And I think what it's going to do is it's going to refer to the top layer, the layer above it, and hopefully this will work. It's supposed to just drop color. Look at that! Look at that! There's nothing on. Ooh, that's scary. There's nothing on that layer, and yet it knows where the line art is. It's like magic. It's just like magic. I can't believe it. I'm gonna cry. This makes my action, the action that I made to color, because if you don't know, in Photoshop you can't do this. So, I'm gonna nut. What? What is that? Distraught face. What happened? I don't know. So in Photoshop, right? Does Photoshop color need to be on the line? No, it doesn't. But here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save. Okay. Just save. Save as. It's not. I hope it's saved. I'm gonna open Photoshop. Let's return to our good old friend Photoshop, shall we? Let's take a trip down memory lane. Oops. Enter my Adobe ID. I don't have one. I ain't no subscriber. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that reminds me of a song. Wait. Ain't no friend of mine. Where's that from? That's a song, isn't it? Gosh, it's escaping me. Apparently. I have not, Midna. Midna says, have you ever used Paint Tool Sigh? And, Sigh, no. I can't find any liners, so let me just draw something new. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I hear that Sigh is one of the best drawing software out there that's affordable. This is tiny, itty bitty. What's going on? Make this 300. But when it first came out, when I heard about it at least, I don't know if it's when it first came out, but when I heard of Sigh, it was only available in English, in Japanese. There was no English version. You could probably find a bootleg version of Sigh, but it didn't run on oh really? Not a first option, eh? Well, I wouldn't know because I haven't used it. But I hear it's really good as a drawing software. Okay, so here's a little rat. I like rats. Okay, so the way Photoshop works is I'm gonna give him a big old spot on his back right here. That's a big old spot. The way Photoshop works is if you just use the paint bucket on the layer below, right? It doesn't, obviously it just colors everything in that layer. Sorry, I know you guys don't like the white background. So what you gotta do is you gotta either paint on the layer with the line art, which you don't want to do really, or you gotta select it with the magic wand tool, go to the layer below, go select, modify, expand it by, let's say, 2 pixels, so that if you can't see, the marching ants go inside the line art. And then you go to the layer below it, you color it in so that there's no, like, you know, sort of break between this and that. And yeah, and then you have to go back to the line art layer to select more. Select this, and then select your color, expand, color it in. So what I did is I made a action that does all of that for me. So let's say I want to color the nose and the tail. So I select those. Let's say the feet too. So I select all of these. I grab my color. Let's say I want a little pink. And then if I click my color action, this one right here, it goes boom. So what happened? It goes down, it fills it in, it expands it, it fills it in, it goes back to my previous layer. And you know, just select a color, set color, boom, it's all done. And that's what Photoshop is. Photoshop will provide you the tools to get the stuff done, but it isn't for art. It isn't for drawing. It's good for editing, it's good for manipulation, it's good for, you know, stuff like that. But it's not got these built-in functions. Even a free program like Fire Alpaca probably has it because it's specifically made for art. So for them, it's like that's actually something that would be a little bit dumb if they didn't have. But now that I have this, my action is basically completely obsolete. It's done its due. And now I can retire it. So that's why I'm thinking I'm just gonna port the episode I'm working on now. Now that I've finished the, and it's not perfect, obviously. You see here it like blocked it off, but that's fine. I don't know what magic, what mathematic magic that that it does. This isn't even the future though. Don't even lie. Like, this has been a function that's been available ever since ever since Paint Tool was created. This is an antiquated system that I just haven't been a part of. Free myself from Photoshop. It's been here. I'm just stubborn. No truer words have been said. That's basically my entire being. Let me tell you, before... Oh, really? Where's the sensibility? Is that... area scaling, close gap, area scaling. I don't know what these words mean. Snap to area. I think it's area scaling. What? No, it's not that. Color margin, close gap. Let's turn that down, maybe. Oh wait, no, go back. I'll just color margin. Color margin. Do I increase that? It's already at like 10%. I think it's close gap. No, close gap is the opposite. Color margin, if I go down to 5, I don't want it to like be too not sensitive though, you know? Oh no, it's still doing it. Color margin, what if I turn it to 0? Yeah, it's still, maybe if I increase it? No, it's just how it is, I think. Increase it. Let's see. If I do it 100%, it still blocks it off. If you think I should increase it though, I'll put it up to 20 at least. Let me turn down close gap. There you go. So you turn down close gap. It was too low. Well, I turned it up just slightly to 20, and I also turned down the close gap because the close gap was trying to close up where I didn't completely finish drawing. So like, let's say I was drawing a line that looked like, oops. If I was drawing a circle like this, and then it should be able to fill it and close that gap for me. But I don't want it to do that yet. Maybe a little bit, but not completely. Let me erase that. Oops. This is amazing, you guys. This is a thing that I have not been able to do. This is not something that's available for the Photoshop gremlins out there. I need to find a reference. It is! This is exactly the kind of thing I do. Let me tell you guys, before I made my Photoshop action to do that coloring stuff for me, I colored things by hand. I think the first 3 or 4 3 or 4 episodes of Jet Slag Nuzlocke I colored by hand. It's free. It's called Fire Alpaca. Tails, I've tried Fire Alpaca. I don't know if it's just gotten better, but when I tried it, I didn't like it. I remember trying it, and I remember not liking it. I don't know what... Yeah, I basically... Let's see, let's pick a skin color for Sora. He's a bit darker than Jet, I think, because he's out in the sun all day, and maybe make him a little more Asian. I don't know. Yeah, I just grabbed my brush and I was like, I'm just coloring like this. This is my life. This is how I did art. La 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 la. Don't get this CSP coloring function is in this canvas paint bucket. I don't know what canvas paint bucket is. Sorry. Apparently apparently Fire Alpaca has been doing this. Sai, I think, does it too. Yeah, Photoshop doesn't have it, and I'm used to that. I'm used to layers being separate, you know? Like, it makes sense to my brain that everything in a layer should just be on its own. But, no, apparently this is the future, so I'm finally, in 2019, I'm finally using these functions that are available to me. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep killing you watching me. Oops. Now I am having a little trouble like aiming. I keep accidentally coloring underneath all the line art and causing it to like go crazy. Well, Mouse, I don't really have an answer for you on that, other than it's just what is comfortable. What color is... I think Sora is Lil Dog colored. I think his hair should be Lil Dog colored. Let's do that. You don't have to get why people draw in Photoshop. They just do. And it's cool. I like that Photoshop is easy to understand for me. Like, I was trained in Photoshop as an editing tool. Let's see. Sorry, I'm looking for, where did my reference go? There it is. Okay. Let me finish up Sora before I run over to another character. Oops. Yeah, no, it's literally just we can't move on from that. And I think Sora needs to be a little darker. Was it though? Was it ever the best drawing program? Wait, what? Oh, come on. Refer to layer. Select. Refer to editing layer only. How do I make? Oh, here it is. I want it on this one. Leonard, what in the world? I was born in Photoshop, shaped by it. I didn't see the light until I was a man. That's like me. That's my autobiography. I'm in the process of freeing myself. Don't worry, Tails and Chico and Mouse and everyone else screaming into a pillow right now. I am in the process. Shoot. Okay, how do I... Chico, where's the hue saturation tool? Oh, here. It's the same as in Photoshop. Saturation... I think he's a little darker. Maybe a little less saturated. No, a little more saturated. I hate this. I hate this. Why is everything in clips so ugly? Okay. It's okay, Chico. I appreciate you being here. Even photographers use Lightroom. Oh, that's still Adobe. Rip the photographers. I don't know. I think this is Jet's jacket back here. I'm gonna color it that. I think she's got her arms going back here. So like she's got her arm around Sora, sort of like, hey, get in here. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. It's called the Refer Other Layers paint bucket. What did you call it, Mouse? The, canvas paint? Ugh, why is... It's not behaving. Canvas paint bucket. I think Sora goes... down here. I think this is Sora. I'm sorry, Sora. I don't know where you start and where you end. I think that's Sora's pants. I'm gonna... then your belt can be right there. I'm gonna give that to you. There. Fire dog, here you are. Let's get some of... Oops, not there. Let's get some of you colored. And this. Oops. Cheeks. Red eyes. Alright, and Sora, what colors do you need? Let's give you this. Tail says, I'm not mad you haven't freed yourself until now. It just feels like you had to do so much extra work. It's probably true. I will say I probably have put in a lot of extra hours that I didn't have to, but you don't know what you don't know, you know? Like, it didn't feel like too much extra work because it's just work. Hopefully this will give me a marked improvement in my production speed. Unfortunately, the problem is the what's it called? The growing pains, as it were. That moment between when I'm competent in clip versus just being competent in like Photoshop. Because this week I had to jump back into Photoshop just to get the line art done in time because I was like struggling so much. But I think in the long run this will definitely be a time saver in the end. Okay, let's oh, I forgot one last thing. Sora's jacket is black. Oops, right here. Maybe that's not dark enough. Let's make it even darker. There we go. It's a little hoodie. I'd like to draw him with the hood up sometime. Let's make it go back up a little for the sleeve. Why doesn't it like automatically... Chico, if you're still here, is there a way to get it to automatically go back to the Oh, okay, I think I found it. You have to hold down the tool for it to snap back. Gotcha. Okay. And I kind of feel like his Sora should pop out a little. Wait, why am I not? Why can't I not? That's so weird. I was selecting the line art layer, but then when I started drawing on it, it would pull me back to the other one. I think I want to put his... Oops. Oops. This isn't clip I'm struggling with, guys. This is just my new setup. The keyboard that came with my computer sucks. I hate it. It's like one of those really small ones. Where all the buttons kind of get mushed together and I don't know where anything is. So I pulled out an old keyboard that I had, but this one is like too old and it's super big and clunky. I just can't win with keyboards. But yeah, I'm just kind of getting used to it. So a lot of you guys use actual... I don't get what's going on. Okay, so when I click command, it gives me the select tool. So I click on the layer that I want. You see it here, right? It's selected. And then when I let go, it snaps back. What if I click... Goodness. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. I feel like I'm learning how to art all over again. I'm like a babe in the manger again. Okay, so it's quite the challenge. Oh no. It's been a long time since I've had to use one of those graphic tablets. Using a Wacom Cintiq has been a great transition. And actually, it was thanks to that bat animation that I mentioned before. That I did, that I was able to afford one. Oh, certainly not at your level of production. Like, I wouldn't have justified buying it for the Nuzlocke. It was because I feel like, you know, you're sort of investing in game streaming stuff and like video games, and that makes sense. I didn't even justify buying a Cintiq until I got that animation commission. And a Cintiq's only $700. I was getting paid $5,000 for the animation, so I thought this is a worthy investment. I also used the money from that commission to get this microphone, the Blue Yeti. So, yeah, it was like I was getting paid to use the thing, so it justified itself. But for years before then, I started digital art, I think in like 2009. It was either 09 or 010, and so I went quite a long time with a graphic tablet. And I still just prefer traditional stuff. Hey, I mean, that's also a worthy investment, I think. Sorry, give me a sec. I'm looking for references for Donald. What color should I make Donald? He's white. His eyes are white. His body's white. Anyway, I'll just use the shading to differentiate it. No, yeah, I got Photoshop for school. I got my first MacBook for school. A lot of stuff that I use for art to begin with was justified through school. Oh, nice. Yep. Sounds like it makes sense to me. Let's see. Man, Donald's color scheme is a little too ubiquitous. Is that the right word? It's too homogeneous? I don't know. What's going on inside here? Is he wearing a turtleneck? I feel like I'm missing something in the drawing. I think this part should be a shirt. I think he has some kind of shirt like that going on. And I'm gonna have to color this part by hand, but that's okay. He has maybe this color. all one thing. And then what's going on down here? These things. Oh gosh. I think it's a, let's just grab a lighter blue. Color that. This is quite exciting for me. I don't know if I've properly expressed my excitement on this function. Okay. I don't... It's quite finicky, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure the settings out. Because I don't want it to be too sensitive, of course. I don't know what color. I think this. Does that look about right? Oh, it's so close to what Jet's wearing. Maybe I should make it lighter. Oh yeah. You finally get to see them. One of my favorite quickies to do with like sketches when you're just sketching in black and white is to just throw a gradient and then do some kind of either multiply or overlay or screen over it, and it just suddenly pops. These Kingdom Hearts designs are a little much for me to decipher, but I'm doing my best. I'm getting a little lost with all the colors. Oops. I think this is a belt. Just using Major's color scheme because he's the one with all the grays in his color scheme. So I just kind of use him whenever I need grays. Wait, Leonard says a purple semi-transparent shadow with a random blending mode is his pet peeve. That's so specific. What? Oh my goodness. I know what I'm doing to finish this drawing up. I like that color for his mouth, and then that's such a a specific. I guess most pet peeves are pretty specific, but it's so funny. Tails, do you use a purple shading? I know your shading is a little colored, but I didn't know it was purple. It's okay, Tails. You can do whatever you want. That's a very good point, Leonard. Leonard says it can be done right, but people tend to misuse that sort of technique and just kind of say, oh, well, I threw this on, now am I doing art yet, Mom? Sort of thing. And you just you gotta know why you're doing it and like have reasons for doing stuff. Okay, I don't know what Goofy's wearing. Let's go over to Goofy. Let's find a Goofy. And I'm using this lovely shade of plasma green for his sweater vest. What is this called? A sweater turtleneck. He's wearing black like Sora, so let's give him the same. Bog standard. Oopsies. Uh-oh. It seems like it behaves like a normal... Oh, I should put some lines on that. Let me put some... I hate this so much. Oh no! Restream, why? The chat has once again disappeared. It's the second time the chat has disappeared. I hope the stream's still going. Oh no, sorry. I hope this neon green doesn't hurt your eyes too much. Still on YouTube, we're still going strong. You should light a candle or something. Okay, let's see. Has anyone ever roasted marshmallows on a candlestick? It's quite a fun little snack I like to partake of sometimes. It's not really safe though, since I tend to do it in my room and I don't have a fire alarm in my room. Not sure why. I've looked for one. Doesn't seem to be installed. But I haven't burned down the house yet. I kind of just grab some chopsticks, stick some marshmallows on it, and then just like roast it on over the open fire. And so my technique for roasting marshmallows is I'll completely set the first layer ablaze, just like poof. And I'll let it burn for a little while till it's all nice and charred all around, and then I kind of take that layer of charred skin off and eat that first, and then I slowly cook the melted innards. And oops. It's not good. And then that part will brown nicely. It will toast to a golden brown. I feel like this needs to be a little lighter, a little less blue. Maybe if I keep it out here and bring it more towards the warm side. Okay, I was looking in the wrong place. I was looking at the top. I thought the top was what I was editing. So I'm like, why isn't it changing? Okay. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's color that part. Now we need a yellow for his hat and his pants. And I think... Oops. Donald Duck yellow it is. Oops. This part is also... Let's take this for this part. This for this part. Just kinda... What is that? Well, I got his gloves wrong, but I'm not gonna redraw it. Sorry, I'm just not. But I will redraw his shirt a little down here. And let's go ahead and select some kind of orange. Ready orange. Ah, I'm on the wrong layer again. This is gonna be a big problem though. This not being able to quick select layers. So like in Photoshop, the V key, if I click V, it brings up the selection tool. And in Clip is the same thing. So this will let me select what's in a layer and move it around. And I can quick select to another layer, move it around. So line art layer, color layer, boom. The problem comes when in Photoshop, if you hold down what is it, Command, you're supposed to be able to do the same thing, which you can here. But if now, right now I'm on the color layer and I want to select the line art layer, but it keeps, do you see that? When I let go, it jumps back down. And the same thing happens if I hold the V tool. It kind of toggles to the move. It lets me select, but then it jumps back. Why does it do that? That's not helpful to me, Clip. Chico, if you're around, save me. Show me your ways. I don't know if there's a setting for it. Modifier key settings. Let's try this. Modifier key settings, shift command, refine the command. Shift command option, shift option space. Oops. Option space. Mouse wheel. No. You can set when pressing modifier key in operation to align to wheel and right click. Doesn't help me. Let's see. Command. I want to use the move. No, not move. Not pen. I want selection, move, layer, auto select. No, that's the magic wand. I wonder if I can rename it. I keep getting confused with auto select with the selection tool. Where's the selection tool? Selection area, figure, operation. Select layer, object. I think there's another one. Let me see if I click V. Move layer. Okay, so modify key settings. Turn that off. Move layer. Command common. Tool aux operation. Change tool temporarily. What? Tool aux operation. Change tool temporarily. Say what? What's common mean? Duh. What? What's okay, I gotta look this up. Sorry guys, I gotta look this up. Clip. Studio Paint. Modifier key settings common. Clip Studio Paint user guide. Modifier key settings. This one's for Windows, but hopefully it'll help me. Common settings. Select this item to configure modifier key common to all tools. I don't understand. Turn on the auxiliary operation item to configure. Clicking OK configures the auxiliary operation. Tool auxiliary operation configures an auxiliary operation a tool can perform while in use. Selecting tool aux operation displays the setting for the tool aux operation dialog box. There, configure the details. Let's try that. I don't know what it means, but let's try it. Keep the original image. Sure. Okay. Keep the original. Okay. What? Change tool temporarily. Let's change it to the move layer tool. Move layer. Okay. Settings. What? Okay. Okay. I don't understand what's happening. Oops. Okay, I don't think I'm in the right place. Let me oops. Let me go back to here. Let's say command bar settings, shortcut settings, preferences, tool, switch tool temporarily by pressing and holding. I do want that. I just don't want it to undo whatever I did when I let go. Use simple display for lines, auto scroll. Let me ask Google one more time. Let's say Clip Studio Paint. Auto select layer. I'm I'm afraid this will give me stuff on the magic wand, which I don't want. Auto select when not selecting properly. Yeah, that's just talking about the magic wand. Let's get rid of auto and see if select layer. Let's say quick select. Quick select layer. How to select layer by clicking on the artboard. Now you can move any layer by holding control and clicking them. Doing so briefly shows you which layer it is. However, it doesn't select that layer, meaning that I have to waste some time selecting layer from the layer tab. Is there a shortcut to automatically select the layer using the same key? Edit, never mind, just found out literally seconds after posting is you can do it by holding control and shift. Okay. That's fine. Okay. I don't know what I did before, so let's change it back. Let's change this back to common, because I don't actually know what... Okay, fine. Okay. Command Shift. That doesn't... Oh my goodness, this is so ugly. I hate this. Okay. This little crosshair apparently selects different layers. So you can select and it stays on that layer. Okay. Why can't it just be a... Okay. What am I coloring now? What color should Goofy's glasses be? His goggles. His little googlets. Oopsies. Chico, I hate it. But I just found out how to do it, so it's fine. Don't worry. I'm gonna survive. Am I missing anything? There's a spot here that isn't colored, and I don't know what should be there. I think I'll just make it Sora colored. Let's just say Sora is standing behind Donald right here. And that means that and oops. That there. I'm gonna see if I can change the I'm gonna see if I can change the shortcut for it. Tool, operation, select layer. Let's make this V. Can I make it command? No. But I don't want it to move layer is also V. Should I put them together? Uh-oh. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so maybe... What does object do? What does object do? Hey Chico, do you know what object operation does? Chico, I don't understand. Okay, help me out. Maybe you can help me out. Why? Chico, you use Photoshop, right? You know the selection tool? This thing right here. The move tool. You know the move tool, right? What is that in CSP? Which one of these move tools is supposed to be this move tool? I want my move tool. Because in CSP I have, oh gosh, what's going on? I have object, I have select layer, and I have move layer. I have all of these things. They're all like separated and they don't do what I want. So like move layer, I can move this layer if I click on it. And then if I click on the layer below it, I can move that. I can move things around as I click on them. But I can't like drag and select. And also if I'm using the brush, if I'm like using the brush tool on the on this you know, color layer, let's say I'm like coloring Donald, right? And then I want to change to the layer above it, so I hold down the command tool, I click on the layer above, you see it changes it up here, it changes, but then when I let go, it jumps back. Why does it jump back? I want to select this, but it jumps back every time. And so I have to hold Command Shift to select it. And I hate it. I want to move to the layer above it. That's what I want to do. Is there a way that I can get it to just select the layer and stay on without having to click 2 buttons? I want to move my working layer. I want to move the selected layer. I want to select a layer by clicking on the things in the layer. Does that make sense? Goofy, what is your belt color? It's black. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's fine. I can get used to this. No, because then if I'm using my brush and then I press and hold the V so that I switch over to this move tool and I click on what I want, it still jumps back. So like I'm using the V. Hey, how do I lock the layer transparency? Is it this one? Lock transparent pixels. There we go. Let me grab this fire. Make it this color. Move layer options. What's that? Move layer options. Oh, there's options here. Object to move. halftones, grid ruler, select object to move, layer, move the object at the clicked position, move layers in the selected area, change the status of the object to move. So no, none of that helps. None of that is useful to me. Let's try the sub tool detail. Object to move. Keep the original image. What's that supposed to mean? Duplicate and move. Oh, I don't want that. No. Reset all settings. Register all settings to show category about. Keep the original image. Change the status. Oops. Make layer selected where you clicked or within. Makes layer selected where you clicked. Yeah, that's what that does. But it doesn't stay is the problem. I don't know, there's something going on. It's okay, it's okay. I'll get used to it. There are gonna be things that don't carry over, and just have to learn to live with it. What do you mean? I did it the other day. It's kind of spilling over. I don't know if you've noticed. I feel like maybe color margin needs to be lowered again. It's like it's spilling over. Oh, that's better. Set the area scaling to 0. I don't know what that means. Maybe I need to increase it to like 5. I think the scaling is how much it like expands. So if it's by pixels, then 2 or 3 pixels is usually enough. Okay. So his nose, his paws. And let's get some of this. Yeah, he's like, wait, what are you guys doing? Why can't I be in the selfie? He probably thinks they're watching something. Little dog's excited because he sees himself in the screen. He's like, oh, that's a me. Haha. Oh boy. I don't know if any of you guys read comics with like actual voices, but I don't really have voices in mind for like what my characters sound like. It's not something I've thought much about. Let's throw some shadow. That's awesome! Yeah, it's like also I guess kind of like playing games like with Undertale. I didn't really have much of an idea of what the characters should sound like. Blended purple shadows, let's go. Plasma cat shadows. Let's go. That's cool, mouse. Oops. Let's make this a multiply layer. What? What does that mean? That's too much lingo. Even the newspaper? What kind of voices do you give? Because last month, at the end of the month, I did a thing where I kind of showed a time lapse of me working on the last episode. And before we were talking about that, I read the episode on the stream, and I suddenly realized, like, I have no idea what these characters sound like. I don't have any voices, any canon voices for any of them. Headcanon voices. I think at one point I sometimes give them voices when it like suits a joke. In one of the earlier episodes, I think it was Fire Dog, it was when Broccoli was talking about how he couldn't talk to Muna because he was like shy or whatever, and Fire Dog says, "Wow, that's unbelievably pathetic." And I totally hear that in like a Solid Snake voice, because I ripped that straight from the Hi, I'm Daisy comic that these guys on YouTube did a hyperdub for. So the hyperdub, you know, they were voicing all the comic characters. Obviously, it was basically the game voices, because Metal Gear is one of those games that have full voice acting. But it was still funny to hear Solid Snake's voice going, "Wow, that's unbelievably pathetic." And so that's the voice I hear that line in. But I don't know if I hear Fire Dog, like, when he just talks normally in that voice. I feel like having a voice for your characters sort of helps with the... I guess there's no other word for it, with their voice. Like when you're writing their dialogue. And make sure that they talk like they're supposed to. Maybe I'll just not shade the eyes. Like, with Sir Francis, he's a big guy, so I would assume he would have, like, a deeper voice. But I feel like a really deep voice doesn't really fit him. Maybe it's because he started as a Tepig. It's also hard to imagine, like, characters who change so much like Pokemon. I guess in a way like Digimon are sort of in the same boat, where when they're one stage they sound kind of like this, and then they evolve or digivolve and suddenly they sound like this. So I guess the voice would like change. Oh, I'm good. Chica, I am absolutely perishing today. I barely made it through work. I'm just so tired. Oh man. The way that Karen reads the chat is so funny. Because she's just like, they go through Nightmare and back. What a Nightmare XD. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! XD. Chico, what were some of the other things that we discovered last time? It's been like a whole week since I've touched Clip, and so it's like I feel like I've forgotten everything. Restreamio! Show windows. No! Where did it go? It keeps crashing. Sorry, guys. I might... You know what? I might have to, like... I didn't! And I didn't even touch my... The, chat keeps crashing. And I can't... So, I don't think Karen exists on the browser version of Restreamio's, chat box. So, I downloaded it, and it gave me the option to turn her on to read the chat to me. Which is fun and all. But, I didn't realize it would keep crashing. In any case. No, Chico, since... She's great. Huh? Karen is sick. No, she's not sick. She's doing fine. She's healthy. She's just a little, Karen, are you okay? I think she's fine. She just keeps crashing. She's had too much caffeine today. In any case, yeah, I explained earlier that, I was having so much trouble with Photoshop on my new computer that I just jumped back onto my, old laptop to finish the episode. And, but now that I have the line art done, should be able to jump back onto my new computer and do the rest of the episode on here. Chico, please. Chico, please, it's only Monday. Are you speaking in Karen's voice? Is this Karen talking to me right now? It's quite funny though. But it's nice that she just like kind of reads the chat to me, so I don't have to miss I don't miss any anything going on. She is, yeah, but I kind of have that mental understanding that you're the one speaking and not her. It is quite cool. I like it. Thank you for suggesting I look for something like that. It isn't even a bot or anything. It's just, No, she doesn't. I do have to look at the chat to figure that out. And sometimes she reads it in such a weird tone or like weird way that I can't really understand exactly what she's saying, so I still have to look it up. But having it, you know, go by twice is pretty nice. I do also have to remember that technically it's only I can hear her, so sometimes I will still read the chats aloud before I respond to them, just so that they're on the video, you know, they're on the record. Well, unfortunately, I can't do that on a Mac. With Mac streaming, you can only have one output and one input, and in order to get the desktop audio to go, you have to sort of, it makes it so that I can't hear the desktop. I don't think she sounds like Karen from SpongeBob. I don't know where they got the name from, but there's several. Here, let me see if I can. There's several of these. Is it under bot? Notifications. Karen. She's the Australian. She's the Australian voice. I think that's Australia, right? There's Diego, Ellen, Luciana, Amelie, Ting Ting, Susanna, Anna, Sarah, Monica, Jorge, Georgie, Satu, Thomas, Daniel, or Danielle, I don't know, Melina, Sinji, Mariska, Damayanti, Moria, Karmit, Lekha, Vina, Luca, Alice, Kyoko, Yuna, Paulina, Juan, Xander, Nora. It's fun reading names. There's so many. And then they got like a bajillion. That's all Restream, yeah. And it's only on the downloaded Restream chat app. I didn't see this option when I was just in the browser. Hopefully next week I will be able to do some Pokemon families again. I got all my line art done last week, so I'm on track for my Nuzlocke. I just have, you know, coloring and shading and backgrounds, and it's still gonna take a long time, but at least the tedious part, well, it's all tedious too, but at least the part that requires like precise. Yeah, I don't have to check the chat at all if I didn't want to, but if I was quick enough on my wit. But on top of that though, so that's all for the Nuzlocke. But unfortunately this month I have a couple of other projects I need to work on. I've been commissioned by some kids to do some rat illustrations for their club or something. I didn't ask for too many details. They've told me they prefer it if I didn't stream it. So I will not be able to work on that on the stream. But it should go up on my DeviantArt when all complete, so it's not a complete secret. And then yeah, they're basically like, they want Hogwarts houses. They want like little mascots for Hogwarts houses, but they're rat houses. So I'm excited to work on that, but it's still time that I have to take away from working on the Nuzlocke. Boo-hoo. And then I also have what was the other thing? Oh, I want to make a new emoji for the Patreon Discord. And I'm thinking I wanted to do a same hat emoji. To say like, same hat, because that's one of my favorite, what's it called? Anachronisms? Turn of phrases. It's one of my favorite kind of lingo these days, because I actually know where it's from. It's like, I'm Captain America over here, and I'm like, I know that reference. But I think before same hat, I do want to have a waving emoji, something that we can use to welcome people into the chat, and possibly to also use for saying goodbye. So that might be the next one on the list. Either way, I do want to get at least one. Semicolon 3C. Zero. No. So Tails suggested that I use Lily. Yeah. Who indeed. Tails suggested I use Lily, and it makes sense because she's the one who welcomes everyone into the team. She started it all. Welcome to the team. July. No, Lily. That's why we need her to be the waving emoji. Yeah. So that's probably how it's gonna go down. And it would be nice to draw Lily again. But honestly though, that's a really good idea. I like the idea of picking Lily for that, so I am down for that. The question then becomes, how do I get a dog to wave without it looking weird? The problem I have with emojis is I'm not used to working at such a small scale, so my characters don't, they don't actually work very well at emojis. Encore, Tails! Give me some more ideas. You're just full of them. I love it. Yeah, Aww. Leonard, you're in and out. But welcome back and goodbye. Still good to see you. I hope you like the purple shade. We did it just for you. Hearts. Have a good night, Leonard, if we don't see you again tonight. Leonardo. Leonardo. Arrivederci. It was a good time. What was I talking about? The mapachio. What does mapachio mean? I've seen it a couple of times. Is it like just the last name or? Oh, really? I didn't know that. That is something I did not know. How do you say squirrel in Spanish? Wait, if mapache means raccoon, what is mapachio? Is it like little raccoon? Is it just like a cute sort of ardilla? Ardilla? Two L's is a Y sound, right? So would that be ardilla? Oh, okay. Lol. That's fair. Thank you. So, my, like, persona, I guess you could say. My fursona, I guess you could say. No way! Is a squirrel. I don't know why I relate. Actually, I think I know where it came from. When I was in college, me and my roommate bunked our beds. She slept on the bottom, and I slept on the top. And, so she was the bear, because she, like, slept in the cave. And then, me, I slept on the top, so I was a squirrel, because I had to shimmy up to get there. There weren't any, like, there weren't, stairs. They didn't provide stairs, so I had to, like, climb up the side of the bed to get up there. I don't even know if we were supposed to have bunked the beds. I don't know if that was a thing that we were allowed to do, but we did it. So that's where it started. I also love squirrels. I love seeing them. Whenever I see one, it fills me with joy. And we have a lot of squirrels, so I am constantly filled with joy. But, recently, my sister asked me, what's your favorite animal, and provide 3 reasons why. And I was just absolutely stumped. Like, I had no idea why I like squirrels. I couldn't list a single objective reason why squirrels are good, and I couldn't really put into words my attraction to them. I just think they're neat. I just think they're neat. I don't know. So I don't know, like, ever since that moment, I've sort of slowly started to fall out of love of squirrels, just because I couldn't, like, rationalize why they would be my favorite animal over, like, rats, you know, let's say rats or raccoons, where I actually know quite a bit about and appreciate, like, aspects of their species. Like, raccoons are intelligent, and they wash their food, and they have little fingers, and, like, they're, you know, they're clever. And, like, rats, who are super social and super intelligent, you can train them. Murders! So yeah, I don't know, it's hard. Because squirrels, but I don't even like flying squirrels. I'm not a fan of how flying squirrels look. Which is a shame, because I like Emolga way better than Patsurisu. Patsurisu is kind of It's not aesthetically pleasing to me. Cute fluffy murders. Chica says, I thought it was a wolf. What, my persona? Nah, so the wolf is my avatar. There's a difference there. Zero, the red wolf, is like an actual character. She's more like a mascot than anything. I will roleplay as her. I will use her as my face in, like, you know, as in like a profile pic or something. But it's not like I feel like I am her. I think it started that way, but there are several differences. One of which including the fact that she actually has like a backstory and a past that makes her sort of separate from me. When I say like persona, I'm talking more like if I myself, the creator, were to represent myself as an animal. So like there's a level of separation with Zero. It's a little confusing. What also is confusing is on the Nuzlocke Discord, my name is Jet, because that's my what's it called? My account name on the Nuz forums. And not really sure why I decided that a long time ago, but it's what I decided on. And I thought maybe I would choose a name that people would be more familiar of me with, and also it's like easier to tell which Nuzlocke is mine. You know, if you've read Jet's Black Nuzlocke, my name's Jet because I wrote it. This is why my pseudonym isn't a character name. That makes sense. You... Tails Imp. Hi, King Willie! Welcome to the stream! We're just talking about names. King Willie. My lord. And, it's also fun because, you know, in Kingdom Hearts, I always refer to Mickey from the Kingdom Hearts universe as King Mickey. It's never just like Mickey from Kingdom Hearts, it's King Mickey. Donald and Goofy, I don't know what to refer to them as. They're just Donald and Goofy. From Kingdom Hearts, I guess. But I always know when I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts Mickey, because it's oh, Captain, my Captain. Your Highness. I really enjoyed the Prince and the Pauper Disney short. Did anyone watch that? There's a scene, I think, where I forget if it was Donald or someone else, but they were like eating this spread of food that I guess was for the prince. And like one of them takes I think this is from the short, but one of them takes like a whole chicken, pops it in their mouth and pulls it out, and it's like bones. And I just thought that was amazing. That was my life goal as a kid, to like one day eat chicken like that. Yeah, some of my favorite Mickey Mouse stuff are just the character ones where they're playing a different character. Mickey's Christmas Carol is one of my favorite Christmas carols. LOL. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Let me restart the Restreamio. Yeah, Restreamio keeps crashing on me, but it's fine. It doesn't take too long for it to restart. I shaded Sora's hair a little more spiky because that's how it is in the game. Give it a bit more definition than I would normally give hair. I just realized I have a little navigator up here that I can also click on and move around. That's really cool. I think in Photoshop for like Windows users, you can open the same document that you're working on. Let's say this. I can open this window again and have it small on the side, but it will be the same window technically. So I could be like drawing out here and then I can go over here and I draw in here too. So like it's editable and it'll update in both areas. Anyone who watches Bobby Chew streams, he does that a lot on his streams, which is where I saw it. And it's a pretty cool thing that I've never been able to do because I work Mac. And seems pretty neat. I wonder if Clip has that function as well. Okay, so what am I missing? Get Jet's pants colored in. Shaded, I mean. And let's just shade this whole area. But I mean, technically my username is also not a character name. Like, I guess there's a lot of characters named Zero, but it's not like it's a common name. I mean, even Tails is still a character name, you know? At this point, though, it's like enough people know me as Jet that it's a little too late to say, hey guys, actually my name is Zero. Oh, like just specifically one of yours. That's true. Okay, fine. I will contend I do have a Zero. That's true. I was just talking about how like Zero isn't. Okay, so I have Zero the red wolf, but I also have Zero the orange cat, the winged cat. He's got like little green wings, and then you got me, who also goes by Zero. Oh, but also I have another cat named Ray, which means zero in Japanese. And I think I have another cat somewhere. His name is Ling, which, oh, it's actually zero in Chinese. So I have a lot of zeros. It's hard to keep track of them sometimes. Chico says my name is Boing. Boing. That zero's my icon. It makes it seem like it's more my personal persona. I know it's hard. The into the Zero verse, the lore of the Zero goes pretty deep. Actually, it doesn't go deep at all. It all started. It started. Where did it start? It started with the cat. I think the cat came first. And I named the cat Zero after Gundam Zero from Gundam SD. Yes, the one where they're like chibi robots and they actually are like a person instead of a robot that you get into. It's like the robot itself has a personality and is a being. I think there was a Gundam in that show called Zero, and I thought it was a cool name, so I used it for... I think there were like other characters named Zero too. There was a lot of Zero characters, and I thought it was a cool name. So I named my cat thing Zero, and I wanted it to be sort of a mascot avatar, sort of like the Luxo lamp guy for Pixar. It would be my Mickey Mouse, let's say, for my studio. So I named my studio after it, and I thought it was fun and clever because it's like Zero Production Studio, because I produce Zero work. Anyways, so since my studio is called Zero Production, when I joined Gaia Online, if any of you remember Gaia Online, way back when the internet was still a wild frontier, I just chose the name Zero. It's actually ZeroPro923600. That's my username. Zero Chan. Sorry, Zero Chan. That's what I was called back then. That's where the avatar kind of came from, the red wolf, because I got these free items. They were wolf parts, like a tail and like wolf boots and wolf ears or whatever. And so I equipped the tail, and I mean, she just kind of came out of that. And so for a while she was my personal avatar, even though she didn't look anything like me. She was like my face on the internet. So for a while it was like pretty much I was her and she was me, and we were both of us together. But then I started role-playing, and she became more of her own character. And then I did a NaNoWriMo, and like did a whole story with her. So it just kind of feels weird to say that she's me now, because I've made a character out of her, even though it started as that. So now it's like I use the wolf icon as my sort of what would it be called, profile pic on everything, because that's how I think I should look when presenting myself. And it's kind of the same. I have the same thing up on most of my sites, so I think people see that and they should kind of recognize it's me, you know. Maybe someday I'll change it to something else, but at the moment I will just continue to be confusing to myself. It's kind of like Nintendo. Is Nintendo Mario? Is Mario Nintendo? Or is he just the face of Nintendo? Is Walt Disney actually Mickey Mouse? Or is Mickey Mouse his own character? They aren't named those characters. That's a good point. That's a good point. They'd have a what if the I mean what if when oh no, Mouse, don't die. Stoke that fire. Let it burn. The next guy who takes over Nintendo is named Mario. I don't ever know how to shade Sir Francis's face. It's either too much or too little shading. I don't know where the shadows are supposed to go. I need to eventually sit down and just kind of figure out the anatomy of his face and like where the shadows are supposed to be, where the planes are. It's especially annoying because he has the fire right under his chin, which is supposed to be like casting light. Pokemon that cast their own light are the bane of my existence. It's like, do you have to? It's like, can you not? Have you tried not being on fire? Oh man, an Emboar that's not on fire, I bet would look terrible. I bet they look terrible without the fire. Oh man. I've given... He'd look naked. I've given Sir Francis more of a neck, but if you look at the official designs, Emboar has nothing. It has nothing. It's just... Emboar! Mouse, are you back in the forest? Are you doing trees? What are you working on, Mouse? Yeah. Oh man. Tweez! Not the tweez! Ah, not the tweez! Not the tweez! Oh, what? What? Karen, you are such a riot sometimes. My eyes. I feel like Donald should have a little more shadow right here. Hello. She says, "Ay." That's my exact recreation. Yuru. She says PFFFFFFT. Notices announcer. You and O. I can't even make some of the I can't even make some of the sounds that she's making right now. It's quite a wonder to behold. I don't know how duck bills work. I don't like it. Disney really likes their ducks. They like figured out how to draw duck bills one day and they're like, "Oh, this is a thing. We're going to be the duck company from now on. It'll just be ducks every day, all the day. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales. Ooh. Minna, what is that? DuckTales. Woohoo! Every day they're out the way. DuckTales. Woohoo! What? DuckTales rap? Okay, let's see. What do I need to do? Help me out, guys. What should the background be? Background. Let's make it. What's that island that Sora lives on called? Destiny Island? Traverse Town? No, like the island where they eat starfruit. You should set your Twitch stream to creative. Is it not? No. I have my category set to creative. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Creative. Mode creative? For streams that have creative game mode, no. Wait. Create art, maybe? Tags creative. Oh. Digital category, digital art. Digital art. Let's do maybe drawing. How many tags can I add? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the streams should be ending soon. Golly. Oopsies. Well, I have set it now, so next time it should be set to it. I have, mistakes were made, but they shall be remedied. No, I don't want to do that anymore. Refer only to editing layer. There we go. Gradient. To transparent. No, I had it set wrong. That was me. What did I do? Let me see. Destiny Islands. Oh, it's blue. It was set to creative instead of art. So I switched it to art. feel like if it's blue, it doesn't... I'm gonna make it sunset. I'm gonna make it sunset. I'm gonna test out some of these painty things maybe. I don't know what I'll do, but I feel like maybe something like that. Into light blue ocean. Oopsies, can't make it go too far up. This horizon should... Oopsies. Hey, how do I... Hey, how do I... Oh. How do I make it just straight? Chico, help me! Chico! My straight tool is gone. It's okay, I'll just freehand it. Tails, that's hilarious. That's so good. Eyeball it. Don't tell me to eyeball it. This is supposed to be the future. Why do I have to change tools? This is the future. I'm trying to just hold down a button and draw a straight line. Is that so much to ask? Hey, we need someone to make them, right? I can't make them. Where's that? This? Is this a what? Is this a brush or is it a vector? I just want to draw. I just want to use whatever I'm drawing with. How do I do sunset? What does sunset look like? Purple sunset. So I'm using my brush. Oops, paintbrush. Well, see, I'm drawing with the brush. If I hold shift, I ought to be able to draw a straight line, but it just keeps giving me this weird thing. I want it to start here, press shift, and it draws a straight line across. How do I do that? A modifier key? Sounds like, oh, that's what that is. Okay. Common settings. Wait, so settings for a tool. Paint, brush. What? Brush, watercolor, paint, thick paint, oil paint, India, airbrush, eraser. What is it? Color, brush, water, brush. Okay, brush. Okay. What? No, I want to select brush. Main? Common settings, you mean? Shift. Shift. Change tool. Temporarily none. Change brush size. Shift. Command, mouse wheel, command space, option, command, shift. Aww. Well, did you make the spaghetti? I like spaghetti. What kind of spaghetti is it? Was it pesto? Hooray! Ooh. Is there a lot of Parmesan on it? Drop down? What do you mean drop down? Drop down of where? Anyway, let's put the sun in. I want the sun to be right here. Squiggly! That sounds so good. I get the munchies at around say 10 o'clock. And oh. Are you the kind who gets like sleepy when you're full? Your body's just like, oh hey, we're not gonna die today. We might as well rest. We've got enough nutrients to survive until the next until we have to hunt again. Oh boy. So you know that thing you did where you like kind of went on a what's it called? A diet where you didn't eat anything and then you slowly started to reintroduce things to your body. I kind of want to do that to see if I'm actually lactose intolerant now, or if it's like some kind of mental thing that I'm doing to myself. Like, I wonder if you can make yourself allergic to something if you believe it enough. Sure, yeah. Thank you. Also, if anyone is wondering, because I was having this issue a little bit last time. I don't remember if I talked about it. But you see how when I click and drag, I can make my brush big and then small? I was, in Photoshop, I think if you drag, like click and drag from left to right, it makes it big, and right to left, it makes it small. But in Clip, it's actually click outward and then in towards the center. So I was clicking, like, dragging like this, but then I was confused why it kept, like, changing, like, weirdly. Because for me, clicking from here to here isn't, you know, like from here to here is still going from left to right. I was like, well, what's going on? I just thought I'd mention that because it was something that I had to figure out. Don't know if anyone else would have had that issue other than me, but just in case. And there's a little sunset, and I just realized I've made a big boo-boo. If the sun is setting there, they would be completely, like, rim lit. This lighting situation doesn't make any sense. I made a boo-boo, yeah. Whoops! The chat disappeared. This is getting a little bit obnoxious, Restreamio. Oh, camera flashes are no good. It's gonna be one ugly selfie if they use in camera flash. Yeah. But I don't know if it would be that powerful. Oh, touche. I kind of just want to like add shading everywhere now just to make it make sense, but it's okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna do it. I want to add some clouds. How do I add clouds? Okay, okay. Chica, how do I add one cloud brush? How do I add my Photoshop brushes? Okay. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Okay. This is... I mean, I guess it works, right? Even where it is now. Even where it is now, I think it's pretty good. I don't think it needs anything else. Ah! Oops. Minna, stop. I'm gonna wrap this up as fast as I can. Let's do a Pokemon from memory challenge. Let's just draw Pokemon from memory. Let's do that. Where did I leave my... So, OFC, I talked to him and stuff, and he doesn't seem the most normal. Oh boy. Did you contact him, or did he contact you? Give me a random Pokemon. Let's do this real fast. How far should I take it? I think I'm gonna take it at least, color. Bruxious. Bruxious. Is that the kissy fish Pokemon? Is that... Minna, please don't die. Just... Oopsies. Oh no! I'm drawing on the same layer as, what's my background? Who's saying this? Tails! It's not the Duolingo owl, so you should be okay. Oh my goodness. The Duolingo owl... If the Duolingo owl is not the, like, surprise, villain of Dora the Explorer movie, the live action, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Because that would be hilarious, and I want to see it. Yeah! Smek. Well, it's okay to make new friends, but don't talk to weird people. Don't talk to weird people. Don't get kidnapped. Don't compromise your information, okay? I'm not saying he should. That's true. I concur to the logic. As I draw the weirdest fish I've ever drawn. Smek. This is... I remember it has lips and pretty eyes, and then I just stopped looking at it because it disgusts me. Forever and always, as I take another sip of my Coke. Ugh. I like how it tastes when I have something else to eat with it. Not by itself normally. I honestly have no idea what this thing looks like. Oh my goodness. I don't even know the shape that its fins are. So I'm just gonna do sort of heart-shaped stuff. I feel like it has like a tall forehead or something. I feel like it has a high forehead. I don't know if it has fins, but I'm gonna give him some of this stuff up here. And unfortunately, I don't know what its patterns are, but I think it has like stripes of some kind. And yeah. It's a fish, so I'll give her gills. I hate it. Oh, okay. Well, let me look up Bruxious. Thank you. Thank you, Tails. You're too kind. This is I had no idea. Oh man. Well, I think that's all I have for today. Thank you all for joining me on this stream. I hope you had a good time. Look at these children. Look at these children. They're so cute. But yeah. Well, thank you, Tails, for coming. Thank you, Karen. Yes, thank you to my new co-host, Karen, that no one will ever meet. Mouse says, I'm not done with my pages. You can't leave me. Alright. Well, I'm gonna draw an actual Bruxious. The way it's supposed to look. Let me pull up my reference, because I cannot leave on that that absolute disgusting image. I wouldn't do that to you guys. Let's see what I can do if I had to just use like colors. Let's start with a yellow. It ain't no friend of mine. Oh, it's an Elvis song. Ain't no friend of mine. Which Elvis song? Oh, it's the one with the dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You can get the money, but I'm a hound dog, crying all the time. If you never caught a rabbit, then you ain't no friend of mine. Boom. I don't know any other part of the song. If you ain't never got a rabbit, you ain't no friend of mine. the bloodhound dog. Tails is dying. Tails, you can finish your homework and go to sleep if you're dying. Wow. You're back. Thank goodness. It's good to see you. How was it? Did you make a new friend? You know what I think would be interesting is if I try to make a character out of Abruxious. While I sort of put the finishing touches to this strange... That's the thing about dying, though. You only get to do it once. Six and a half times. Oh my goodness. What's that other one? What's that a reference to? Is that a Kingdom Hearts reference? Oh, I don't know anything about Sekiro. So, like, what kind of gameplay is it? Is it tactical? Is it, Oh, interesting. Stealth action RPG. Stealth action RPG. Do I know any games that are like that? I'm trying to find a basis of well, you know what they say. Attack parry. I don't think the Japanese like samurai. Is it Japanese? Samurai are less like noble warriors and more just kind of like mafia thugs. Yeah, but they were like for hire to be bodyguard slash thugs, you know? For the rich. But that's the thing, I feel like the Code of Honor thing was sort of a romanticized version of what was actually happening. Like the chivalrous knight kind of thing. Yeah, just like knights. I'm like using a reference and I still can't understand what's going on. And I think I'm gonna give up on the on Karen for now because she keeps crashing on me. So I'm just gonna hop over to Twitch because Twitch is getting both. Actually, I can hop over to the live chat on the browser. That'll get both too. Let's just keep that open. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to not suck for a little while drawing this fish. But I don't think... Mouse, I might have to leave ya if I finish this before you. Don't know if I can keep going forever. As much as I would like to. And you should too. Mouse says, it's okay, I'm about to wrap up. Let's see who finishes first then. Mouse versus Zero. That's me. This brush is quite blendy. Never quite used a digital brush like this before. Don't know if I like it or not. I think he's got a, or she has got, or it has got a ton of these discolored dots just all over. Spots! She cried. Oh man, it's just ugly. Like the colors, the clash. Oh gosh. I don't know. I wonder if I can set the brush itself to multiply. Color stretch, brush density, amount of paint, brush size, color stretch. Maybe turn this down. Added a little bit of shadow to tie it all down, to make it all feel like it's sort of coherent. Existing in space and not just, you know. Be careful you don't start to make mud. So maybe maybe a little bit lighter and just bring it up here a little bit. No, I don't really like that. How about a lighter color? Really light blue. And kind of highlight. Fish are quite shiny. I don't know. I'm not much into the painting, the digital painting, but now that I have these like tools to play around with, I might try more digital painting, see if it comes to me, you know. But half the time I'm just kind of playing around and trying to figure things out as I go, so it's not a lot to talk about because I'm just sort of not sure what I'm doing at the same time as I'm doing it, you know. But I think that's about done it. There's our fish. She's going. Oops. Here she comes. So yeah, there you go. Oh boy, you guys are just chatting it up over here. Without Karen, I can't keep track of the chat completely. Well, let's see what you guys say. Race, race. Oh yeah, Mouse is super competitive. Oh gosh, Zero, no. Don't you know never to challenge a mouse? Done. Oh no, Mouse beat me. Like years ago. Done at 3, 4, 2, 3. I don't know what those numbers mean. It's nice at least, Mouse. OMG. I think it looks nice. Got such a strong tonal whiplash, my neck can't move. Realized I forgot something. Oh gosh, did you break it? Okay, done. Are you dead? Minna, did you say this is his Steam profile? His description. VTF, why would you put it all on Steam? What's going on? What is Midna doing to himself? Went through his girlfriend cheating on him. Oh my goodness. Someone just needed to talk to someone, it seems. It's too much to take on for a stranger. He requested to hear about my day, even after I refused. There she goes. You let's run wild. Mouse, you won! You done it! I didn't expect it, but I should have. I should not have challenged a mouse. But hey, there you have it, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the stream and hanging out with me and just kind of chilling, enjoying some art times. Mouse, congrats on finishing your page before I finish drawing a single fish. And Tails, I hope you finish your homework soon. Midna, I hope you, I hope that guy doesn't bother you anymore, because that sounds like a bad time. And, just thanks for everyone for coming. Next week, we'll be doing more Clip Studio stuff. I think I've gotten a little better hold of it, and, probably, hopefully doing our first ever Clip Studio Pokemon family. Woo! But until next time, please, everyone, have a good week. Take care. Happy Easter to anyone who celebrates. And yeah, go eat some eggs, eat some chickens. Don't eat the rabbits because they're nice and fluffy. But yeah. I'll see y'all next week, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Wait, today's Easter? No, Easter's next weekend. But I'm not gonna see you until after Easter, so I gotta say it now. Mouse says rabbit actually isn't bad. Except, Mouse, I don't like the taste of lamb. And the rabbit is very similar to lamb. So, for me, I'm not a big fan. Oh! There goes my music. Now we just suffer in silence. It's like less good chicken, but some people like it. Have a good day, everyone. Mouse, please don't eat your rabbit. And, yeah. Keep your nose clean. And bye-bye!